Hey, this is the weekly message for Sunday, the 16th of January. Just on Friday, I was able to attend a fundraiser for a kids organization that really helps kids down here in the Keys. And the speaker was Alonzo Mourning, who is a top basketball player. You'll see that in the weekly news. But the real thing I wanted to tell you about that was, as I sat there and listened to his message of overcoming difficulties and rejection and negativity and all kinds of things, I realized that I need that motivation on a regular basis, and everybody does. But I also realized that when I was proposed to go and attend this fundraiser, I said yes. Just recently, when we were in New York City, Misty had said to me, "What are those trailers over there?" And I said, "Those trailers look like they're trailers from a film location." She said, "Really? Do you think they're filming a movie?" And I said, "Yes, it looks like they are." She said, "Well, what do you think they're filming?" And I said, "Why don't you go and ask the guy?" So she did. She went and asked. And then we said, I think it was her that said, "Let's go over there and see if we can meet Jim Carrey." And somebody was like, "I don't know, I don't know." And I said, "Just say yes." Now, what am I saying about that? Many years ago, I remember somebody saying that what changed their life dramatically was learning to say yes quickly. I'm not talking about saying yes to things that are going to take up your time. I'm not talking about saying yes to things that you know are a waste of time or going to take you further away from your goals, but about new experiences or about little things that you might not think are that important and that can lead to experiences. So as I thought about those examples, I thought, now we wouldn't have that memory of meeting Jim Carrey if we didn't say yes. Why not? Let's go. What's the worst thing that can happen? We said yes to the possibility. We had no idea if we would actually meet him or not, but why not go for it? And then when I was looking at this flyer that talked about this fundraiser, I thought, well, shoot, I donate money to fundraisers anyways. If I can get a lunch and also listen to a speaker, why not? And Alan said, "Well, do you want to go?" And I said, "Yes, let's just go." I'd never been to this event before. I don't follow basketball. I didn't know this guy, but I said, "Yes, let's go." And as I sat there and listened to his story, I knew that it was, like, to me, a divine appointment. His message about we're here to serve and not be served. His message about how every single one of us can think about a time in our lives, and it might only be one, where somebody helped us. Somebody encouraged us. I think back to my life, and as much as I could tell you all sorts of horror stories, I can also tell you about a teacher who tried to pull me out of my shell and said, "Goodwin, answer me. I know you know the answers." I had a bank manager at the Royal Bank who said to me, "We're going to make you a star." And I remember feeling inside, wow, I can't believe this because of what was going on in my life at that time. And then, of course, getting into Alouette and not being successful when I first started out and struggling and really not seeing myself as one of those people who could be successful at this. And then having my president say to me, "We know you can be great at this." I mean, I remember crying on the way home thinking, why did they believe in me? I haven't shown them any proof that I really could make it happen. But they were looking at other characteristics in my life. They were looking at my potential. And of course, they believed in the Alouette opportunity. Now, whether you realize it or not, you've had the same thing happen to you. I'm sure you can think back to some times in your life, but I want to say right now, if nobody has ever said it to you, I believe in you. I know your manager believes in you. As a matter of fact, one of our biggest problems we have is that we can see your potential more than you can. And sometimes we want success for you more than you can. So you've got that person and latch on to that. When somebody has somebody who will help them, that person can tell somebody else who will tell somebody else who will tell somebody else. And that's the ultimate in paying it forward. And that's what Alouette's all about. Our theme this year is Living the Dream in 2011, and I want you to live your dreams. So here are a few things that I want to point out to you. Once you recognize that somebody does believe in you and that you have the potential, you're in a business that is completely duplicatable. We can't really believe in you if we don't also believe in Alouette. Alonzo knew that basketball worked. I know that might sound stupid, but it wasn't like he thought, "I'd like to be a basketball player," even though I don't know if basketball actually works or not. I don't know if it is something that actually could be successful. He knew that basketball worked. I know Alouette works. I know it works if you work it, and I know Alouette is completely duplicatable. So what are some of the key things you need to be able to take that belief that we have in you and then turn it around and have it manifest in you reaching your dreams this year? Well, number one, you got to stay motivated. And motivation is not something that your manager or me or anybody else can do for you. Believe me, we'll put things in front of you to get you inspired and excited. That's part of what the weekly news is all about. We have testimonies. I mean, my gosh, think about the contest that's coming up. We are literally triple dipping for the first 6 months of this year. I mean, if you were ever going to work, now's the time to work. So that's on top of the money that you're making. We know the system works, but motivation is like bathing. I mean, if I said to you, listen, did you have a bath last week? Well, then you're done. You're fine. You'd say that's insane. And yet people literally go for months without plugging into things that can motivate them. It might be quiet time in the morning in prayer. It might be just reading good books. It might be watching good tapes. And I'm not talking about the delusionary business where people are constantly surfing the web and looking for every cute little poem and everything else. I'm talking about things that inspire you to take action. Did you get out to a manager's show recently? You know, if your shows have postponed or you don't have as much business up, have you gotten around the people that are actually working? Because trust me, there are some that are having a fantastic start to this year. Have you plugged into some of our videos that are available for you? What are you reading? Are you reading something that inspires you to have a better life? Or are you reading stuff that's depressing? Even when I see things that are depressing, it makes me so grateful for the life I have and how much I want to pass it on to other people. So, you know, DannyJohnson.com is a great website to go to. And for $5 a month, you get all her stuff free and you can get a weekly call that you can either be a part of or she sends it out to you and you can click on it the next day at your convenience. You know, I said many years ago that you really have to work hard to stay miserable. And I know it might seem that that's not true, but it really is, because we are so bombarded in this day and age with technology that if you want to be motivated, if you want to be inspired, if you want to change your attitude, there is no shortage of tools for you to do that with. We have had leaders, examples, inspiration through television, through movies, through books. It's all there for you if you want it. So you have to make that decision to be self-motivated. The second thing you have to understand is that Alouette is a system, and you want to be system dependent, not person dependent. You know, what if your manager's not available? What if I'm not available? Remember, this is a part-time job for us. Even though it is career money and fabulous money, it's about having God, family, and then your business. So nobody is expected to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, every year. Why do we know you can still be successful? Because we have this training site for you. We have an office staff for you. We have a core group of people that are happy to help you. Have you looked up videos? Have you said to yourself, gosh, I'm feeling a little bit down because I'm not getting good attendance to my shows? Okay, what have you done about it? Have you looked up show planning? Have you thought about what can I do to be the kind of person that people want to do business with? So by looking and seeing that the system works, you won't be so surprised when you turn it around and make it work. Just recently, Misty did a training and we got some great feedback on it. And I wanted to say to you, yes, she's fantastic, but she works the system. And if you work the system, you can have exactly the same things. When you recruit people, they can work the system and they can have the same things. This is a system. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I can tell you that right now. I would not be here. The founder of the company would not have mortgaged her home if she thought she was the only person that can do it. So are you doing the system? Are you mastering the system? And are you mastering your people skills? Do you have a goal and do you have a plan for that goal? Have you written the goal down? If you haven't written it down, it's not a goal, it's just a dream. Have you made a couple of steps for your plan? And then are you working your plan every day? I know that sounds overly simplistic, but the amount of time you spend being miserable could be turned around and spent on a plan and a focus, and everything can change. So be inspired by the examples in Alouette, but be your own inspiration and turn your life around and live your dreams in 2011. See you at the meeting.